Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It's over, baby. It's over. Listen, it's over. Congrats. We weathered the storm. We made it through. Just lots and lots of work to get done still. But this is a big moment. Congrats. And I'm saying congrats to everyone in the XRP community. It's not easy to be a content creator sharing value in this community. It's not easy. It's not easy to be an XRP holder. It hasn't been easy in the digital asset space, but that case is over. The cloud on title that Jimmy Valet talks about a lot, it's been lifted. It's been lifted. Now we're going to see when liquidity incentive event. Now we're going to see what are they really going to be doing in DeFi for the digital asset XRP. Now we're going to really see about partnerships and NDAs. We're going to really see, or was the NDA and all that stuff, was it just these announcements of these banks and all that? Was that just noise? Now we get to see. And I have a sneaking suspicion, JR, I have a sneaking suspicion, my friend, that there's going to be some damages. And I think there's going to be some people around this case who are going to look to bring damages charges against the SEC. It's coming. I think I really do. I asked a question months ago, if not a year ago, longer. What's going to happen going forward with, maybe Jimmy Valet, some other people. I don't know. We're going to see. But for now, we get to celebrate. We get to celebrate. Cheers, Dano. The cloud on title has been lifted. And I know this is probably going to do a lot of stuff for Ripple's business. But I want to know what Ripple is going to do with the digital asset XRP in creating demand for that asset. We're going to cover it. Brad Garlinghouse's video, Eleanor Tarrett's tweet, Stuart Alvaradi's tweet. We're going to cover that as well. It's an interesting time because with this announcement from Brad Garlinghouse, because of these JFK files. Is today Thursday? Wednesday. Because of these JFK files, they got released. Try to tell people they released the files. So we know who are the people behind the assassination. It was like 6 entities involved in it. Bye-bye. So crazy, right? Crazy for sure. What's going on, Cali Cat? So this is awesome. Awesome news. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got to get something. Hold on. Yeah. All right, I'm back. Whoa, so listen, this is outstanding news. Outstanding news. We're going to celebrate that. I haven't even checked XRP prices. Like I was watching some college basketball, trying to recover from my late night, hanging out with my son. And 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And just trying to recover from that. And I think, I had my phone on, and Paul Barron just kind of casually says, yeah, the SEC versus Ripple case, yeah, they dropped it. Just kind of casually mentioned it. And I'm like, what? And so I ran to the laptop to confirm the news. What's going on with this market? Let's refresh. Sentiment put something out about XRP. We're going to cover that as well. Is the market responding to the digital asset space? Is that responding to the XRP, the Ripple SEC case? Or is this just Bitcoin? Or is it just Bitcoin? I'm gonna refresh CoinGecko, see what's going on, what's good there. So congrats. I just want to let you know, as an XRP holder, digital asset space holder, look, if you weathered the storm, you didn't give in, you could have quit. Nothing wrong, nothing at all. No shade on those who, had to sell. No shade at all. But for those who are fortunate enough to not have to sell, and who could, strengthen their resolve and continue to hodl through all the madness and through all the noise, I mean, congrats and cheers. You are well deserving. Don't let anyone try to throw no shade on your happiness today, on what has happened. Don't let anyone do that to you. You are more than deserving of this. And I do believe we're just getting started. Flynn Networks is trying to do all kind of cray stuff with XRP. I mean, they ain't messing around. So congrats again. Let me take a little sip here. I'm a lightweight, so I can't drink the bubbly by itself. I gotta do my mimosas. Have to do the mimosas with the fresh squeezed OJ. What's going on, Pookie? Pookie, how are you, my friend? Pookie was first in the building. So this is exciting stuff. I hope you're excited about it. I just refreshed CoinGecko. We'll go over those numbers. Yeah, I finally beat my son last night, by the way. Pookie. Finally took him down, Dano. Dude, been whooping my butt. I'm still amazed that today the guy, like, he's a special needs kid and he can't read or write, barely understands his numbers from 1 to 20, whatever. And able to play Madden, where you gotta like read stuff and understand stuff, and you gotta work through a computer. It's kind of crazy, but he's able to do it. He's pretty good. Pretty good. So, but I finally got him last night. Finally. Shut out. Finally. I didn't score any touchdowns, 2 field goals. But anyway, I digress. Hope you guys are excited. Hope you guys are excited about that. It's over, baby. The SEC versus Ripple case, it's over. Let me share. Let's go through Brad Garlinghouse's video. Let's go through that first. Let's go through that one first. Do I have it? Let's go here. Here, well, we can do Stu auto rallies and at the same time, right? Bradley Garlinghouse says, this is it. The moment we've been waiting for. The SEC will drop its appeal. A resounding victory for Ripple, for crypto. Every way you look at it, the future is bright. Let's build. Now, is this the video I want? Because he was in the beginning. Let me see.
As many of you know, just over 4 years ago, the United States SEC filed its lawsuit against Ripple. I'm finally able to announce that this case has ended. It's over. Sitting here today and reflecting on 4 years ago, it seems very clear to me that this case was doomed from the start. In so many ways, it was the first major shot fired in the war on crypto. I truly felt like I knew then that Ripple was not only on the right side of the law, but I felt that we were also going to be proven to be on the right side of history. It really, I think, sends an ominous sign for innovation around cryptocurrency in the United States. Picking winners in general has not been something the US government should be in the business of doing. I think the judge realizes this is not just about Ripple. This will have broader implications. As Mary Jo White, the former head of the SEC, has said publicly that she views this as a dead wrong, and the SEC is dead wrong on this decision. Ripple is the first company with the resources, determination, and grit to fight back against the agency's overreach. And today, this journey finally concludes. Today is a victory and a long overdue surrender by the SEC. The SEC, under Chairman Gary Gensler, went after the whole industry, using the same arguments they used against us. They weren't out to protect investors. They were out to intimidate and terrorize. The regulator, whose primary purpose is to protect investors, went all in on a non-fraud, victimless lawsuit and wiped out $15 billion of value from innocent XRP holders. The SEC was the market manipulator. The SEC wasn't seeking justice. They were seeking to win a case at any cost. Forces inside our government aligned with the SEC and embarked on a campaign of debanking anyone associated with the crypto industry. This was lawfare, a war of legal terror. Fortunately, the judge rebuked the SEC multiple times in this journey. First, for lacking a, quote, faithful allegiance to the law. The SEC was sanctioned in our case for discovery abuses, and the pattern was repeated in other crypto cases.
Well, let's just say they're trying to confuse you.
We won then on every critical legal point, proving that the digital asset XRP is not a security. That is now the law, and those wins have laid the groundwork for policymakers to adopt a set of rules for crypto that are in line with nearly a century of securities law. With today's news, the war on crypto has ended in defeat for those who turned our own government against a technology and an entire industry. I'm heartened that we have paved the way for other industry players to see the value in not backing down, and for others to use our legal playbook to fight back. We are now closing a chapter in crypto history. I think we're all stronger for our prior litigation successes and today's landmark victory. Progress is worth fighting for. We won multiple pro-crypto victories at the ballot box last year. It's time to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Thankfully, we have new leadership in executive and legislative branches of our government. That leadership is actively seeking a rational and constructive way forward on crypto. Let's make the most of this. This is an incredibly promising moment. Let's come together. Let's leave the tribalism behind.
Let's leave it behind.
Let me make it clearer that my main message, what Ripple's main message today is about gratitude. It's gratitude to everyone who stood by us, to every Ripple employee, to the incredible legal team here at Ripple, led by the best chief legal officer in the business, Stu Alderodi. Gratitude certainly to the XRP family, to our customers, to our partners. Thank you. We couldn't have won this battle without all of you being behind us and working together. I truly believe we all agree there's immense opportunity with the largest economy in the world finally taking a pro-crypto and pro-innovation approach to build this technology in order to solve real-world problems for people around the planet. This was a fight Ripple never wanted, but one we knew we had to win. And today, emphatically, we have.
Let's go. Let's go. Nicely done. Today we have emphatically won. Brad Garlinghouse says here as well, he says, this mention got dropped on the editing floor. But let me also give my effusive thanks to our outside counsel, especially my personal attorney, Matt Solomon, for being a true believer in me and our case from the beginning. The modern investor, the GOAT of the XRP content creator, says, this is the best news we have ever gotten. Pretty cool. I love it. Let me welcome some more people to the stream. Then I'm going to get to Stu Alderodi, apparently. Let's post to the live chat. So that was a massive video. Big time statements from Brad Garlinghouse. They didn't hold back at all, speaking the truth of what this really, really was, which this was an attack on innovation. The incumbents want to keep the old technology, period. They don't want any kind of new technology. They don't want to kill their goose, that golden egg, which is ancient, inferior technologies, so they can place as many of their intermediaries in place, put them in place, so they can swamp the fees and just continue to feed people to death, and continue to expand the Ponzi scheme. It is the fractional reserve banking and rehypothecation madness that they've been able to do. Fractionalized lending, whatever you want to call all that nonsense. So big win. Congrats, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. That would be really, really cool if you can do that. Cali Cat, welcome to the stream. I think I welcome you in. I want to make sure. Let me get back here. We'll see what Stu Alderodi, because Stu was kind of commenting on,
as many of you know, just over 4.
kind of some stuff kind of going forward. Stu Alderodi says, today Ripple moves forward stronger than ever. This landmark case set a precedent for the domestic crypto industry. With the SEC dropping its appeal, Ripple is now in the driver's seat, and we will evaluate how best to pursue our cross appeal. Regardless, today is a day to celebrate this victory. Santiago Velez of XDeFi Protocol says, congratulations, stewards. Great job. Exciting. It's good to see that the GOAT of the digital of the XRP content creator, the modern investor, has something to say about it as well. So there it is, fam. I mean, again, landmark stuff. Let me see what else I got. Some other people chimed in. Let me share that as well. I don't know what happened. Gary Cardone. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your favorite crypto has a CEO is not decentralized, that's so funny. All right, so where do I want to go here? Tony from Thinking Crypto. Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse gives clarity on what happens next with Ripple's potential cross appeal of the 125 million penalty and more. Does he say anything about that?
SEC has abandoned their appeal. And so they filed suit in December 2020. We won on the key parts of the case in the summer of 23. Judge Torres made a ruling that XRP in and of itself was not a security. That's almost a verbatim quote. The SEC filed an appeal about 8 months ago, and what they've now agreed is they're going to drop that appeal. We still have a cross appeal pending, and so we go from being defendant really to plaintiff. So we now are in the driver's seat to determine how we want to proceed.
Are you dropping it?
We're going to see. It feels a lot better to be on the offense than the defense. You know, at 4 years, we spent over $150 million defending that case, not just for Ripple, but for the whole industry. I think it was really important that this SEC, the Gensler SEC, was really trying to bully and continue lawfare, filing lawsuits against crypto companies. That's over now, and I think that's great for the U.S. crypto industry, and frankly, great for crypto at large.
I mean, to that end, if you're looking at a new SEC, why not drop the case at this point? Why not clear the why not clear the water?
Well, that certainly is an option. I mean, again, it's clear the SEC has said, you know, Judge Torres made a ruling that XRP, we want to proceed.
Are you dropping it?
We're going to see. It feels a lot better to be on the offense than the defense. You know, at 4 years, we spent over $150 million defending that case, not just for Ripple, but for the whole industry. I think it was really important that this SEC, the Gensler SEC, was really trying to bully and continue lawfare, filing lawsuits against crypto companies. That's over now, and I think that's great for the U.S. crypto industry, and frankly, great for crypto at large.
I mean, to that end, if you're looking at a new SEC, why not drop the case at this point? Why not clear the why not clear the water?
Well, that certainly is an option. I mean, again, it's clear the SEC has said, you know, I think in retrospect, never would have brought this case. The judge did rule in certain instances back in 2015 and 2016, some XRP sales that we sold to accredited investors, to institutions, that those had constituted a security. And so there was a $125 million fine that's sitting in escrow. We wouldn't mind having that back. That's on the table. And I think there's some nuances to how this will play out. But it was important for us, for really the whole XRP community, for them to know that the case is over. For all intents and purposes, the case is over. The SEC is no longer pursuing this.
To that end, to your point,
to that end,
had ordered you to pay a $125 million civil penalty for exactly what you're talking about. Is that $125 million paid? Is what you're saying that's still up for dispute?
Yeah. Well, it's not a dispute. I mean, that's sitting in an escrow, and depending upon whether or not we decide to continue with our appeal, we could walk away and the whole thing be done. On the other hand, when you have a case where there were no investor harm, no investors lost any money, you're kind of like, wait, why are we here? And it really goes back to Gary Gensler fighting a fight that was about power grab. That was about overreach of the bureaucracy to try to take a new industry. That what we're seeing now happen in Washington is smart legislation will come forward. You're seeing that happen with stable coins in real time. I think you'll have a market structure bill is what it's described as to provide clarity and rules for the SEC and CFTC.
We will look at the bigger picture. We're going to have you for a little while this morning, but do you think that part of this means fighting it till the very end to make sure even that part of uncertainty around being sold to certain investors classifies as a security? Is that what you are fighting for ultimately at this point?
Well, I mean, at this point, all we're fighting for is, do we want to fight to get the $125 million back? And look, I'll be honest, would I have walked away from that before they appealed, before President Trump put Paul Atkins and Scott Bessent and David Sachs as critical, key, very smart leaders in this industry to bring this industry back on shore? I would have walked away. Now you look at that, you're like, this case in this SEC never would have been brought. And so where we find ourselves is great. There's a clear legal victory to say XRP is not a security. That was good for the industry. But there's pieces of it that we think could be kind of cleaned up. And the question is, do we want to fight that fight, or can we come to an agreement with the SEC to drop everything?
The whole idea that this wouldn't have been brought under this SEC, have you had that specific discussion with Paul Atkins and with David Sachs?
Well, Paul Atkins hasn't yet been confirmed. He's a very knowledgeable guy about this industry and has been for a long time. But I've had conversations. I won't comment on specifics with certainly, I think David Sachs would agree that this is a case that didn't make a lot of sense in the beginning. Again, there was no investor harm. This was about Gary Gensler waging a war against this industry.
It's interesting. I want to also point out that the affiliated token, of course, XRP has been up roughly 14%, now about 13% in the last 24 hours. One thing a lot of people have looked at, we're thinking a lot about how the administration is handling crypto assets, particularly outside of Bitcoin. Why do you think XRP wasn't specifically named in the executive order for the digital asset stockpile?
Well, so XRP was named by the president on Truth Social. He posted something saying that there should be other tokens, that there's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve and then a crypto stockpile that would include things like XRP.
But days later, the executive order didn't include it. Why was that?
I don't know what specifically was in the executive order. My understanding is there's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There'll be a crypto stockpile representing other cryptos. And I would expect that will include XRP. Look, at the end of the day, I think the stark contrast is in the Biden administration, we couldn't get a meeting with people at the White House. Now we're welcomed into the White House. And that's just a massive change. I think we want this industry to thrive in the United States. We don't want to push it offshore where you have fewer regulations.
I think the reason I keep pushing you too is because I think now it's widely accepted that this is a pro-crypto administration. But the details, that is what's causing an overhang, the uncertainty of the details. So to the extent you have confidence, right, about XRP being in that stockpile or otherwise getting more support for an ETF, for example, where does that confidence come from, and what kind of timeline do you see happening it on?
So I have immense confidence on the ETF. I think there's 11 different filings pending with the SEC to launch ETFs, from everybody from Bitwise to Franklin Templeton and a whole bunch of people in between. I think those will be live in the second half of this year. We have seen even outside the United States, you have live ETPs, and at a time when
So just let me get back here to welcome some more people in. She's tough, by the way. She's tough. She's not letting go. She's prepared. I mean, she's looking down to look at the questions, but she is definitely prepared. She's pressing him. And I do think it's what she's trying to get out of him is that he has some kind of insider, discussions that makes him fully confident that XRP is going to be one of the digital assets in the digital asset stockpile. So she's asking some tough stuff and she's pressing him on it. But Brad's been around for a minute. He's too sharp to fall for it. But you could clearly see that they are trying to, they're trying. I think it was I don't know if it was Meta Lawman or if it was Jeremy Hogan who pointed this out. But they are definitely wanting to nix this ODL institution thing. They want to be able to sell XRP to institutions. Or at least come up with a path, a clear path to being able to do so. Whether that means they need to register that the investment contract, whatever that might look like, in terms of security, because the asset is not the security. It's how you wrap that asset, it's how you use that asset, and any kind of agreement that can be constitute an investment contract. That's the security. So, but they're definitely trying to, look, they're in the driver's seat. It's clearly, it's what he is saying. They feel like they're in the offensive. Clearly, and Paul Atkins and all of them, they it's really more so, how can we at the SEC and the new SEC get to the courts in a way that doesn't undermine the courts, right? You don't want to, you don't want to undermine it. Now, the lawfare stuff and all that's one thing, what they're doing with President Donald Trump, but those are bad. Those are some bad people over there. But you don't want to undermine, the good ones, like the Honorable Annalisa Torres. You don't want to do that. So they're gonna have to kind of figure that out and kind of see how that's going to, find out the legal way to do it. Doesn't make her look bad, doesn't take away her ruling, and, these different things like that. So, but sure, they want to get that 125 million back. And sure, they want to, what is it? Kind of change some of the little nuances this with being able to sell XRP into institutions, to accredited investors. So they want to clean that up. And as far as I'm concerned, as soon as Mr. Atkins gets in, they're gonna be able to look to see how they can do it. My guess is it's going to be less than $10 million fine. That's going to be my guess. And they're going to give Ripple, if they don't just, they're going to give Ripple a clear path to being able to sell to institutions. Whatever that's going to look like, they're going to come up with something. Now, he mentioned the market infrastructure bill for a reason, right? Because if they come up with something and they get something passed and it says XRP is a commodity and these other assets are commodities, that would kind of, I think that would be able to give Judge Torres, something to kind of go with, kind of moving forward, right? Because, she's doing it based on no market structure bill, right? And she's doing it based on the way the securities laws is kind of the way it is. And she sees an investment contract there because it was an agreement. So if she has something to work with that Congress passes, in which she can, maybe both parties go to and say, the SEC and Ripple go to the judge and say, can this be changed? Can this be whatever? Who knows? So I think that's what he's looking. That's what Ripple is looking to get. That's what it seems like to me. Let's continue listening.
And a lot of outflows are exiting some of the crypto ETFs. You're seeing inflows into XRP. And I think that's because you had this false negative pressure from the SEC, this kind of, an exogenous hand holding things down that's now being released. And that's great for the market. That's great for builders within the XRP ecosystem globally.
Mm-hmm.
One more on the stockpile.
Yeah.
How much XRP would be in it? Where does it come from?
Well, my understanding of what I read about I think there are some questions, and that the devil may be in the details as Treasury implements some of this.
Absolutely, in the details.
But my understanding is that the stockpile will be represented by
seized assets,
other cryptos other than Bitcoin, that then will be in that stockpile. So to the extent that various law enforcement agencies have seized cryptos, which would include XRP, that those would go into the stockpile in addition to the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. That's my understanding.
Oh, that's it. Okay, cool. Nice job, Brad. He's sharp. He can handle those questions. She was on it. My guy, Senior Whale says,
it's been a long battle.
Fame 21. Here's the full clip. Okay. So there that is. That's some good stuff. That is really, really, really good. Tony, my guy, thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. There's Stu. Terra says, while the SEC has agreed in principle to drop its appeal regarding the programmatic and secondary market sales, Ripple has not agreed to drop its own appeal. We know that, challenging a $125 million fine and the ongoing injunction that prevents it from selling XRP to institutional investors. That's a big one right there. That's a big one, right? That's a business model that Ripple ain't trying to lose, right? That's some revenue. They ain't trying to lose that. So I'm sure they're going to want to get that. It's ongoing. Like, it's like, I don't know, permanent, whatever you want to call that. They can't sell XRP to these institutional investors without registering those sales as securities. So, I guess that's a big deal for them going forward, right? Sources close to the case suggest that the ball is now in Ripple's court, as it's technically considered a plaintiff rather than the defendant. Ripple has the option to continue appealing the fine and injunction or to drop it. Whether the SEC will engage in further negotiations surrounding the district court ruling remains to be seen. However, this is the aspect of the case we always knew would require a little more discussion and a little more nuance, given the unprecedented circumstances both parties find themselves in amid this rapidly evolving regulatory landscape for digital assets. However, as far as the SEC is concerned, and after more than 4 years of battling it out in court, the agency is no longer actively pursuing charges against Ripple. This is pending the commission's approval of the appeal withdrawal, which is expected. Shout out to you, Eleanor Terry, for sharing that. That's pretty cool. She actually, I guess she had blocked Jimmy Valet at one time. So that's cool. Even Rosalind Layton, like a contributor to, I think, Bloomberg, says cryptocurrency trial of the century is over. Justice prevails in the SEC versus Ripple case. Victory for crypto innovators. It would have not been possible without the XRP army and amazing lawyers. There is still work to build policy foundations and regulatory framework. Congrats, everyone, on an amazing outcome. Power to the people and the rule of the law. Very, very sweet. Very, very cool of her to do that. Panos. Panos, creator of the Antidote D-app on the XRPL. It's over, you beautiful MFers. The corruption and injustice against XRP and Ripple ends today. A new era begins. Now, let's make the XRP ledger great again. I'm all for that. And the leading blockchain for on-chain finance. It's time for the world to learn the real power of XRP. Hey, David Schwartz, when liquidity event? When freaking XRP liquidity incentive event? That's what I want to know. I'm gonna tag him here too in this comment. When, baby? Liquid T incentive event. That's what I want to know. Come on, David. This is what I want to know. When is that happening? When you going to add some XRP to them liquidity pools? Start one up. Let's get it going. $1 million or more. Let's go. XRP and Ripple stablecoin. Let's go. XRP Bitcoin. Don't matter. Let's go. Let's get that going. Let's go. All right, let me welcome some more people in. Shout out to you, Panos. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, my guy. Let me go. Panos asked me to go to his thing and try it again. Because again, let me make sure I got some stuff going on here. Hold on. I told him, in helping him to build out some stuff, I had a conversation with him about his platform. Where's my thing? What we got going on here? Yeah, that'll work for now. Let's go to Antidote Finance. Let me see if I can help my guy out here real quick. Dude. Keyless is in the building. The Lady of Crypto's here. How are you, Keyless? Appreciate you checking in. Let me see if I can do Antidote. ANO. There it is. I think there's still, isn't it still like beta, whatever? Powered by the XRP hour ledger. Let's go here. See if I can't get into this thing. I think you go to swap.anodos.finance. Anodos, A-N-O-D-O-S. When you go to liquidity, you got a little impermanent loss risk. Again, I'm just like, why don't I see the RLUSD pair on this thing? Is it a special pair? Let me see something. I gotta stop the share again. Let me do this. Do this. I messaged him and we'll try to look that up and see what's going on there. Rosalind's our hero. Yeah, I mean, she was one of the, one handful that was willing to look at this case for what it really was and report on it. Keyless, you're right. Rosalind was one, again, you can count them on one hand, who was willing to report the reality of that madness. So from Gary Gensler, she was, so shout out to Rosalind. You're right. Rick Cisneros is in the building. What's going on, brother? Good day in America. Let's get the 100 billion in escrow and give even small incentives if we are not asking for much. LOL. That's right. That's right. When freaking liquidity incentive event? This is what I want to know, David Schwartz. This is what I want to know. When is that going to happen? So again, cheers. Cheers. Pookie Pookie says, tell them to call Hugo. Yeah, they're going to be hooking up together for sure. Got this. It's essentially over. We're going to get this market infrastructure bill passed. They're going to get these assets to be labeled as commodities. Cheers, JR. Cheers, brother. I mean, it's a great time for sure. So again, like I said in the beginning of the cheers, I said to everyone in the XRP army, especially the XRP content creators, right? Even the entertaining content creators. This is a big day. It's a big day. We strengthen the resolve. There were some people that unfortunately had to exit their positions. Unfortunately, but thank God we were able to hodl strong through the ups and the downs and the hate and the maxis and all of that nonsense. We weathered the storm, and continue to hodl. And, we even managed to keep some of our XRP through the Celsius debacle. So, here we are. So this is absolutely really, really cool stuff. Pookie Pookie says, tequila time. I hear you, bro. Pookie Pookie says, I stayed down like 4 flat tires. Yes, sir. That's right. And so this is good. I mean, XRP, $2.50 something cents is awesome. It's good to see. I get a little more borrowing power. That's right. Rick Cisneros says, has Crypto Eddie said pink sparkle moment yet? Not yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Dano says, so there's more work to do. They must be able to sell the institution. Yeah, they're going to have to figure out something with that injunction because it's an ongoing injunction. They can sell it, but the ruling says to sell it as registered security sales, right? So yeah, they're going to try to get that. And sure, they paid 150. Wouldn't it be sweet if they can get like 115 back out of that 150 million? I don't know, something like that. That would be sweet. cut that thing down. It's not really getting it back. It's just not having to pay. Well, no, they put the 125 million in escrow, so it is getting it back. So that would be nice. I mean, the new SEC and current administration ain't no harm, no civilian harm. All the civilian harm to XRP holders was done by the SEC bringing the lawsuit. You're talking about no harm, no fraud. I mean, none of that. None of that. So, I mean, I'd be fighting for every single, getting that 125 million. Put that 125 million that you got in escrow into a liquidity incentive event. How about that? Once you get that back, how about that? That's what I'm talking about. Cloud on title is lifted. Partnerships should be revealed. Scrooty talking about these NDAs. Come on. Come on. Builders should be coming for sure. We still got programmability stuff going on. But I know there were some builders on the outskirts, like with the lawsuit. I mean, that only makes sense. There were some developers and builders on the outside, like, yeah. But now we get that lifted, they'll begin to look harder. They'll begin to take a closer look at the XRPL, see what it is that they can't do. Speaking of that, what you can do, Flare Networks is coming up with some stuff. This was an interesting little video interview. Let's see if I can't find that joint. That was interesting. What do I want to do? Get rid of that. Go to this one. And go to this. Check this out, Pookie. Crypto Insight UK says this is a massive announcement from Flare. Their new TEEs, trusted executed environments, and the protocol managed wallets allow you to use XRP for DeFi opportunities without it leaving the XRPL. Flare put this out. Listen, lend, borrow, and earn yields while staying true to the principles of the base chain. Your XRP never leaves the XRPL. Operates seamlessly from a DApp on Flare Networks. That's the power of the protocol managed wallet. And XRP entertaining content creators, I just can't see how I can do any content on Flare because, just can't seem to wrap my brain around being able to do something. Whatever, bro. Take a listen.
The goals, the intentions that Bitcoin was set up, built, architected to solve. Really, we maintained that we were going to try and get as close to that and offer that utility to these external chains that maybe don't have that functionality built in. That's where Flare really thrives. And I think for builders coming and building on Flare that may be from those communities, we can say, look, you can use your assets as input currencies for the DeFi ecosystem. You can gain yield on those assets in a way that still adheres to the principles from those base chains.
Yes.
The goals.
Again, sticking to that crypto ethos. What he's saying there is essentially that Bitcoin came up with that ethos. Maybe they pivoted, maybe they whatever, doesn't matter. XRPL was created to be a better version of that, but it lacked, it made a decision to not do the programmability and do the payments, all the stuff, whatever. But Flare is given the asset XRP the opportunity to live up to that vision. Being able to use your assets, earn yield, participate in DeFi in a fully decentralized, scalable, and secure environment. This is what we all want without these freaking intermediaries. That's what we want. And Flare is sticking to their guns and building it out. This protocol managed wallets are going to be awesome. I can't freaking wait. Can't wait. Because that's what I want. That's why I love DeFi. I'm not trying to hang out with intermediaries. No. I'm just, no, I'm not trying to do it. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, JP Morgan. I don't care. I'm not trying to hang out with them boys. No, don't trust them. I don't trust them. They make their livelihood on the illusion of safe and we got you, bro. And then behind the scenes, working out stuff legally to be able to keep your stuff. No, not trying to do it. In the event of some emergency in which they determine that to be the emergency. Nah, no, thank you. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, well, let me get rid of this stuff until he messages me. Hey, what is? That's right, Keyless. The trust me, bro shtick. That's right. I mean, nah. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, I don't know. I don't know about that. Victor Cisneros says, in other words, if I'm reading correctly, I will not need to wrap. I will not need. Yes, that's correct. That's what it sounds like to me. You will not need to wrap the XRP. That's what it seems like to me. If it's staying on the XRPL, it's on the XRPL. That's native. So, and this is what I want. I don't mind wrapping. I don't mind it. I don't mind, you know, I've done it. I don't mind it. But if I don't have to, if I can be able to participate and the XRP stays on the XRPL, I provide my, you know, my extra measures of security by way of whatever wallet I'm using, but I can still participate. Yes, this is what I want. This is what I want in DeFi, getting some liquidity pairs. Absolutely. Earn yield, liquid staking, liquid staking. Yes, sir. Let's go. This is what I want. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button on the way in. That'd be really awesome. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. Appreciate that. And by the way, if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people hanging out, listening to and watching CryptoCeej, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying the hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're a mad dash to get to 9,000 subs this month. Let's make it happen, and I know we can do so, especially with your help. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. So listen, this trusted executed environments with this protocol managed wallets, I think it's going to be, awesome. I don't think, I know that Flynn Networks takes the true crypto ethos seriously and are not willing to take a shortcut to get to some type of profit or revenue thing faster and sooner. This is what I see. And I respect that. I respect that. I really do. So, yeah, this is what we're looking forward to. Rick Cisneros says, and the biggest shame of all time is get into a 401k so Wall Street can control your money, keep you poor, and meanwhile they make billions. This is exactly right. This is 1,000, 10,000% correct. If you don't believe Rick and myself, read The Pirates of Manhattan, books 1 and 2. It'll tell you. It's a hoodwink. It's a bamboozle. Just read the book. Find out for yourself. Come to your own conclusion. But don't, you know, keep walking around with your head in the sand thinking, oh, no, this is the US. They wouldn't do that kind of stuff. Did you just go through the JFK files? Did you just go through the JFK files? It reminds me of the Kevin Costner movie from back in the day. Remember the Kevin Costner movie about JFK back in the day? Awesome. He said something about our fallen king. I mean, come on, man. We can no longer afford to be naive. It's okay. We're tough enough to understand the truth. It's okay. We can handle it. We were created in his image. We can handle the truth. Right? We can have, right? Can't afford not to know. My mentor used to say, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is devastation. So there it is. Pretty cool. Excited about this FLR thing, man. Excited about this FLR thing. We get ready to head out to tomorrow. We're going out to hang out. And Miss CryptoCeej likes the DJ things, you know, the DJ sets where they do the music and stuff. She loves that stuff. And we travel to do it. So I mean, not far, 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, something like that. We travel to go do it. She loves it. And we finally found one of those DJs that I like to music. 99.9%. Yeah, you know, I'm a hip hop kid, you know, I'm a hip hop kid. So some of that music is just, you know, I don't know if it's retro or is it modern? I don't know what they call that stuff, but you know, I can, you know, yeah. For her, I mean, she is in, you know how music is like the soul and music gets into your soul and you just, for her, that retro, whatever that stuff is, loves it. Me, I need a little, like a little hip hop, a little pop, a little R&B mixed, you know. We found the DJ who does do it that kind of that way. So went to see him at Southwest SXSW, whatever the hell that stuff's called. SXXW in Austin. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I actually stayed. Usually I just drop her off and say, hey, have a good time. I'll be back in a couple hours. But I think we're gonna go travel. No, I think we're going to travel tomorrow. And I'm not sure if I'm hanging out with her or am I just dropping her off? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we used to I mean 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times. We'll drive, leave 10 o'clock or so, get there in time. Well, leave 8, get there by, or leave 7, get there by 10, or something like that. And drive back the same night, you know, wee hours of the morning. Usually 8 out of 10 times, that's what we're doing. But this time we're going to hang out, spend the night. And I think she wants me to come hang out with her, I think. I mean, I'm supposing because I did like his music and his set the other day, sometime last week. I'm thinking that she's going to want me to go as well. Keela says, on top of it, CJ, you are from New York, indeed. You're probably a hip hop. You know, yeah, I love the hip hop stuff. So, Keela says, I used to do that in my younger days, the techno, the EDM. Yep. House music, some great DJs out there, man. That was like in my previous life. Yeah, I hear you, Keela. Yeah, that is her thing for sure. And, I mean, we've been, you know, yeah, we've been doing some traveling to do that. And so her friends were like, you're doing 3 hours to go watch a DJ set for 2 hours? Yeah. That's what we do. I'd be the driver, you know, so she could have a few drinks and enjoy herself. And we drive back, wee hours in the morning, come back. Yeah. So, but I think this time, I think I'm gonna go and hang out. Yeah. She told me today that the set I was on, I went with her. It was 90 minutes. I said, it was 90 minutes? That thing felt like 40 minutes. So this one's going to be 2 hours. So I'll be good. I'll be good. Thank you, Keela. Keela said, good husband. Thank you. So there it is, fam, right? I mean, that's pretty cool. So we're going to go do that and watch some college basketball during the day and then go hang out tomorrow night in one of our favorite places to go, which is Dallas. Got a lot of good friends out there in Dallas. So that'd be cool. So listen, big news. Congrats. Celebrate. I hope you guys join in with me in tagging Joel Katz and Ripple Win Liquidity Incentive Event. Legendary says, make sure you take care of your ladies, Mr. CJ. That's right. That's what it is. That's exactly right. Especially when she wants you to go. I mean, you can't be like, can you take an Uber? What do you mean? You gotta go. Gotta make that happen. Keelan says, "What's going on with FLR, EJ? CJ? I don't know. I don't know. Is there something going on with the price and something? I don't know. I just know that I'm just getting more and more nice. Flare Vision 2.0, Flare 2.0. I'm just. Have you heard the latest, Keelis? That stuff is exciting. I mean, what? I'm excited about Flare 2.0. You know, I'm excited. So, you know, Songbird is gonna V1.1 is going to be on Songbird and it's going to stay on Songbird, and V2 of FXRP is going to go to Flare Networks. So they're going to keep this active protocol on Songbird. This is great for news for Songbird holders. Great news. Oh, Rick, what? What? I didn't know that, bro. I'm an old school hip hop person. Wu-Tang Clan. Indeed. I mean, the classic bars from Wu-Tang. That's right. That's exactly right, Rick. How about that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, so that's Songbird, you know, the protocol V1.1's testing on Songbird, and it's going to stay on Songbird, and V2 is, I think they said V2 is going to launch on Flare of FXRP, right? So Songbird is going to have stuff there for Songbird holders who want to provide collateral and mention some stuff. It's going to be on Songbird. I mean, it's massive news for Songbird holders. Massive news. Rick Ciceros, do not worry about Flare price, just keep accumulating. I agree. I know I've said this before on the channel, but the gains that we look to have with XRP, the asset, may come by way of the FLR tokens. First, I think we're still going to get the gains that we want to get from XRP, especially this cycle. Again, I'm about the ecosystem that is about me, and my XRP is who is it? Because talk's cheap. I want to see it in action. And this lawsuit is officially over. Digital asset XRP in and of itself is not security. I want to see when liquidity is sent an event. I want to see these freaking liquidity pool pairs screaming. Million, two, doesn't matter. Screaming. Set up the pool, David Schwartz. Set it up. Set it up. Set it up, bro. Come on. Come up with some big incentive and thing. I don't know what it's going to be. We get that. I don't know what it's going to be. We get this market infrastructure bill. We come up with these assets that are commodities, assets that are securities, assets that are utility tokens, whatever they kind of come up with, where XRP is not going to be a security. There's no excuses left for a major incentive event for people to come and hop on the XRP out. No excuses. Like there's none. None. I get to watch some college basketball. I'm going to try my best, Keyless, not to stay up until the wee hours in the morning playing my son, Madden. I'm going to try, man. 4 o'clock, that's too late. 4 o'clock in the morning? You got to get up the next morning. It's too late. Too late. Oh, okay, Rick. Enjoy, brother. Rick Cisneros says, I got to go, CJ, going on the Mickey B. Fresh Patreon. Enjoy. Tell Mickey B. Fresh I said, what's up? Tell him I said, what is good? That's my dude right there. My dude, Mickey B. So this is great stuff, man. Again, Craig, congratulations. I'm going to hop off here and, yeah, I'm going to hop off here and figure some stuff out. Again, congrats to each. I'm so proud of you guys, man. You show up at every day. It's not easy. So super proud of you guys for showing up. It's not easy. You got to listen to maybe you got the significant other like, excuse me. When moon, right? You got your boys, your dudes, your girls, you know, XRP at 10,000 yet, you know, all that kind of stuff. Stay tuned. Appreciate you strengthening your resolve and hanging in there with the CryptoCeej, but more importantly, hanging in, saying yes to you, saying yes to you. It's important. Appreciate you guys. All right, fam. I'm gonna wrap this one up. And like I do all my videos, wrap it up. Do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out. That'd be awesome. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. If you've been enjoying the Hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money, they don't want you to win. But that's okay though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. Oh, by the way, I'm a step and a half away from old money doesn't want you to win gear. It's coming. Stay tuned for that. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.